If you had seen what I saw that evening at the bus stop, you wouldn't scroll without liking this video. Because sometimes, one moment, one stranger, can change a life forever. And today's story, it might just change yours too. So before we begin, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel, because stories like this, they deserve to be heard. It was nearly sunset when the traffic slowed near the old Blue Line bus stop on Lincoln Street. People hurried home, impatient and tired, unaware that something life-changing was about to happen right in front of them. A chilly wind swept across the road as a woman stepped off the bus, holding the hand of a small boy, about 8 years old, thin, quiet, and struggling to balance on crutches. His right leg looked weak, almost paralyzed. His eyes, big and brown, searched his mother's face with a fragile type of trust. But she wouldn't look at him. She scanned the road nervously, then whispered, "Stay here, okay? I'll be right back." Her voice trembling. The boy nodded, clutching his worn-out backpack to his chest. "Okay, Mama." She took 2 steps back, then 5, then turned and walked quickly away. The boy didn't notice at first. He was busy adjusting his crutches. But then minutes passed. Cars drove by. People walked past him. And his mother never came back. "Mom!" His voice cracked. "Manga!" No answer. He tried stepping forward, but the crutches slipped. He fell hard on the cold pavement, scraping his elbows. Tears spilled down his cheeks, but only a few. He wasn't the kind of child who cried loudly. He just pressed his lips together and waited. That's when Michael arrived. Michael, a single dad in his late 30s, had just finished a long shift at the auto shop. He carried takeout dinner in one hand and small superhero stickers in the other, something he planned to surprise his own daughter Lily with. He was exhausted, but his heart was always awake. And when he saw a small boy collapsed on the ground, alone, trembling, Michael's feet moved before his brain could think. "Hey buddy," he said gently, kneeling next to him. "Are you hurt?" The boy wiped his tears with the back of his hand. "I'm okay. Mama's coming." Michael looked down the street. Empty. No one watching. No one returning. How long has she been gone? Maybe since the big bus left. The boy tried to sit up straight, forcing a smile. She just had to do something. She'll come back. Michael swallowed hard. Something was very, very wrong. He offered his hand. "Let's get you off the ground first." The boy hesitated, but then he placed his small hand in Michael's. He was lighter than he looked, fragile like a bird trying to learn how to stand. Michael sat him on the bus bench and waited with him, scanning every face in the crowd, every passing car, hoping to see a frantic mother running back. Nothing. An hour passed. Then 2. The boy's hopes slowly dimmed. Michael finally asked softly, "Do you know your mom's phone number?" The boy shook his head. "What's your name?" "Ethan," he whispered. "And how old are you, Ethan?" "8. I'm not a baby," he added quickly, as if defending himself from imaginary judgment. Michael smiled gently. "I know you're not." The boy hugged his backpack tighter. "Mama said. She said I make her life too hard. But I promise I don't mean to." His voice broke. "I try to walk better. I try not to be slow." Michael's throat tightened. He had raised Lily alone since she was 2. He knew what hard meant. He knew what exhaustion felt like. But abandoning a child? Never. Not in 1,000 lifetimes. Then something happened. Something small, but powerful. Ethan looked up and asked with heartbreaking innocence, "Do you think she's going to come back for me, mister?" Michael wanted to lie. He wanted to protect that little spark of hope still burning in the boy's eyes. But instead, he placed a hand on Ethan's shoulder and said, "I don't know, buddy, but I do know you're not alone." Those words, they unlocked something inside the child. He leaned into Michael's side, exhausted and scared, and Michael wrapped an arm around him like he would with his own daughter. By the time night fell, Michael knew he couldn't leave the boy there. He drove Ethan to the nearest police station, explaining everything. Officers searched for the mother, but she had shut off her phone. No address, no emergency contacts, just vanished. like Ethan had never existed. But someone cared. Michael did. For the next few days, while the authorities investigated, Ethan stayed temporarily with a foster care coordinator. But Michael couldn't sleep. He kept seeing Ethan's quiet tears, the way he tried to smile even when his heart was breaking. On the third day, he visited Ethan at the care center. Lily, excited to meet him, ran ahead. "Is that him, Dad?" she whispered. "Yeah," Michael replied, feeling something warm rise in his chest. Ethan was sitting alone at a table, coloring the outline of a house. A big house with stick figures holding hands in front of it. But one stick figure, smaller than the others, was drawn off to the side. Alone. Lily marched right up to him.
I'm Lily. I'm 10.
"My dad says I talk too much, but he still loves me." Ethan looked up shyly. "You want to draw with me?" she asked. He blinked. "Can I?" "Of course," Lily said, as if it was the most obvious thing in the world. Michael watched them quietly. Something inside him settled, like puzzle pieces clicking into place. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. And still, no mother came. The state prepared documents for long-term placement. A social worker approached Michael one day and said, "He talks about you more than anyone else. He trusts you." Michael froze. He didn't know if he was enough. He worked long hours. He had only ever planned on raising one child. But then he remembered the night at the bus stop, the loneliness in Ethan's eyes, and the way Lily had taken his hand and said, "He can sit with us, Dad. He's kind." That night, Michael made a decision that changed all their lives. He applied to become Ethan's foster parent. The process wasn't easy. Interviews, home inspections, paperwork thicker than a phone book. But he pushed through each one. Ethan visited often, slowly growing more comfortable, learning to laugh again, finding safety in the small things. Breakfast together, bedtime stories, Lily protecting him at school, Michael cheering him through physical therapy sessions that strengthened his leg more than anyone expected. Eventually, one sunny afternoon, the social worker handed Michael official documents. Permanent guardianship. Michael hugged Ethan so tightly the boy squeaked. "Careful," Ethan laughed. "Don't crush me." "Never," Michael said. "I'll never leave you." That night, Ethan taped a new drawing to the fridge. It showed 3 stick figures standing hand in hand beneath a bright, smiling sun. No one was off to the side anymore. They were together. A family. And for the first time, Ethan wrote one word underneath it. Messy letters, uneven strokes, but powerful beyond measure.